Okay, so now
The end.
we're gonna do Jean's story because I have time, and I think it's only really gonna take. I think it's only like an hour long because they don't let you manual save or manually save. They don't let you manually save. It's all auto save. So I think that means it can be done in like. Heck, I mean, I'm not gonna skip the cutscene. You know, I'm not gonna skip the cutscene, but if you did skip the cutscene, I feel like it'd take like half the time. And to be perfectly honest, I think I actually beat this guy, and then the recording decided to be like, no. How about no? But I think this is supposed to take place like somehow it's supposed to take place after the story, like the main story, but when?
We have
Maybe it's
heard
like
the tale of an
before.
unlikely friendship between a young witch and a lost demon.
I don't know.
But
Maybe it's before we
there is a
fought
secret
Luca
chapter
on.
hidden in its pages that remains untold. This is a story of two young witches who are joined by a powerful bond. From this time forth, it must forever remain a secret, never to be repeated.
Am I back in the forest? Huh? Cheshire? Where
Or
are
maybe
you,
if she says like, "Am
Cheshire?
I back in the forest?" But then how would that work? Like when in the timeline? Because right after you beat Morgana and exit the forest, he goes, like he leaves. So when would this happen?
Where am I? Cheshire? Cheshire, where are you?
Trapped within a strange void, Cereza had been petrified by a mysterious force. And as for Cheshire, he was nowhere to be seen. Could this too have been the work of the fairies?
My thanks. The fairy's power resonated through your memories to guide me here. I'm surprised that one so young was able to resist my power. But I should have, before long.
Like this was the only way they could like connect it to the third game. I mean, I
Cereza!
guess it's nice, you know, where it's like, oh, he was there even before, you know.
Oh no. I figured she could handle that forest without my help. But this power is unlike anything I've ever felt before. It goes against all Umbran teachings. But I have no choice.
For years, this young girl had protected Cereza, always being sure to watch over her from afar. Her name was Jeanne, and she too was an Umbra witch, just beginning her training. Unlike Cereza, Jeanne lived in the Umbra witch village. Though forbidden, she often snuck out to meet her rival. The two never missed a chance to compare strength. Jeanne had been warned about the risks of soul projection, but that stayed her hand nary a moment. For she aspired to surpass Cereza and become the strongest of all the Umbra witches, a goal that allowed no room for cowardice.
I swear, that girl likes to keep me busy.
Jeanne's technique split her soul from her body. She flew towards Avalon Forest.
I'm sure of it now. Something is afoot in this forest. And it's not just the fairies. Cereza, where are you?
Jeanne had successfully arrived in Avalon. The forest air was tinged with a vile presence.
You know,
so
acting.
this
Oh,
is the infamous fairy forest. But there's something else here. I'm sure of it.
I can appreciate the continuing trend of being able to play as Jeanne. Well, you can't play as her until after you beat the game, so I appreciate that they stayed with
The
it.
Elder would really give me an earful if she knew I was here. Whatever. I'm used to her lectures.
Although I did appreciate like how the third one did her segments, like when you did like the Metal Gear shit, and like the side-scrolling stuff, and what else? Like she became like, I didn't know when that happened. Like she
Cereza,
became
where are
like
you?
the cutie
Girl.
J.
Always getting herself into trouble.
Oh, she doesn't keep any of the health. I was about to say, like, since I ran out of health potions before. But no, she actually doesn't start with any. I mean, it'd be nice
What
if they
is that?
shared.
As Jeanne proceeded through the woods, she noticed something peculiar.
Is that Cereza's stuffed cat? She must be in trouble. I knew it! As I thought, this is no fairy magic.
Who are you? Cheshire's voice alarmed Jeanne.
Who's there? Show yourself!
Don't play dumb. You trapped me in here, didn't you? Cheshire said as he struggled to break free. But it took all his strength just to keep from being swallowed. He could barely move an inch.
You're a demon? What are you doing there? Where's Cereza?
Cereza? How do you know the girl? Eyes narrowed. Cheshire studied Jeanne with new interest.
I'm an Umbra witch. Apprentice. Jeanne, I've come to save Cereza. What have you done with her? Get out here and explain yourself.
Oh, like I know where that brat is. Cheshire said, trying unsuccessfully to hide the desperation in his voice.
Wait, a demon? Here? Did Cereza summon you?
Jeanne knew Cereza well. Seeing the demon-possessed stuffed cat, she instantly grasped the situation. She thought for a moment, then had a truly devilish idea.
I've a proposition for you, demon. I'll get you unstuck. But in return, you help me find Cereza.
Find Cereza? The demon eyed Jeanne suspiciously.
That's the deal. If you say you'll help me, I'll move you to a body in a less precarious position. I have just the thing.
Jeanne produced a stuffed animal of her own. A handsome red stuffed cat. Compared to Cheshire's tattered felt, its velvet fur had a rich sheen. Nevertheless... Like I trust a human. You're all the same. You won't trick me. Cheshire barked at Jean.
Fine by me. Best of luck then.
Jean turned her back on the prideful demon and prepared to set off on her own. Wait! Cheshire yelled, unable to conceal his distress. And with good reason. In a moment he would be sucked into that void for good. All right, let me into that blasted cat. But if this is a trick, your lunch. The demon reluctantly agreed to Jean's plan.
Very well, demon. Now, into the vessel you go! To think this would come in handy here. Demon, speak your name.
I don't have one. The demon showed his gratitude the only way he knew how. An angry roar.
I see. Then I shall call you Charles.
Charles.
Charles? Perhaps the demon had grown more attached to the name Cheshire than he cared to admit.
It's a cool sounding name.
What's the fuss? Any name will do, right? Off we go now, Charles. We've no time to waste.
Okay, they both start out. All their skill trees unlocked. Oh yeah, and hers is
That
bigger.
was sooner than expected. I've held up my end of the bargain. Now earn your keep.
Cheshire was not fond of his new name, but now was not the time.
Charles.
Any protest would have to wait.
I don't understand though how Jean, like, she can't fight on her own.
Guess that's okay.
Like, I know it's like the game
Thus
being like,
began
oh, here's
Jean and Cheshire. I mean, Jean and Charles' search for Cereza.
but like, she's supposed to be the stronger witch. Shouldn't she know how to fight? Also, yeah, every chest has one thing of health. So she always gets one health. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe because they don't need to like you know, since they don't really need to give her money, I guess.
My brave friend, leave now. I implore you.
Charles, was that you just now?
But also, since they use the same weapons, I don't know if that's just like who started using guns and
this place?
foot guns first.
The fairy stench is overwhelming.
Yes, this place is always crawling with them. Perfect for a quick snack. The demon had learned a few things on his journey, so he took this opportunity to show off.
To be honest, though, like I kind of understand, like, oh, we need a plot for Jean and stuff, but most of the time, like these, you know how like the Tirnanog things are like, oh, like a puzzle. Sometimes they don't have any for her. No puzzles for Jean. So it's just literally like, oh, you have a Tirnanog, but it's just like a big fighting arena, and then you get some health. Like you get an extra HP bar. You know what? They made it as long as they could. I think you do 2 of these.
Amazing.
Yeah, you do like 2 of these, 2 or 3 of these, and then you fight like the final guy, I guess. And then it's over. I mean, then again, it is kind of more difficult just because she doesn't have any health, and you can't make any health. Like, not health, but like HP potions, like the potion health. Not like, I mean, she does kind of start out with what, 4? Which is technically no health. But she does have all her abilities unlocked, unlike me. And when did he unlock his abilities, huh? I didn't unlock all of them. I didn't unlock all of them for him either.
You know that little crybaby. Charles eyed Jean suspiciously as he spoke.
Crybaby? Oh, you mean Cereza. She may blubber from time to time, but look past the tears and you'll find a truly spectacular power. Cereza and I have a duty to become stronger. We must protect the legacy of the Umbra.
So then, like, does that mean the second one was kind of like a filler arc? If, like... But then again, it was kind of important because that's where you see her dad for the first time, right? But then you have to fight him. And maybe kill him. Wait, was he a good guy? I feel like he was kind of a... Like, a good guy, maybe misunderstood to be a bad guy? I can't remember. I mean, I do remember that she does call him, like, dad or something, like, by the end of it. So maybe he wasn't, like, a bad guy.
She summoned a demon into a stuffed cat.
Maybe I should play the second
And I
one
dare
again.
say, you seem to like it.
Like it? I'm counting down the seconds till she gets me back to Inferno. Jean thought that Charles's felt cheeks looked more red than usual.
Cereza. She's close by, I can feel it. But where?
Charles heard Jean, but said nothing. Deep down, worry weighed heavy on his heart. He let out a sigh.
I mean, I can still appreciate, like, the story it kind of adds. Like, oh, this is... I mean, I feel like it would have been better as, like, a meanwhile. Like, oh, while they were doing this, she was doing this. Or whatever. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, too.
And you will regret it.
Because, like, at this point now, like, when does it take place? It's supposed to take place, like, after the foresty bit, but, like... They said goodbye after the foresty bit. Like, was it... Like, somehow did they delay the final boss? No, like, what? Like a what-if scenario, but it can't technically be a what-if scenario. Well, I mean, unless... Maybe it is like a what-if scenario.
I'll take no joy in watching you die. Once was enough.
You're hiding Cereza, aren't you? Where is she?
Jean's voice echoed through the still forest. Whatever
Yeah, what
lay
happens if they
ahead
both
would
got
change her
stuck?
fate forever. Jean could not shake this feeling. An inexplicable fear began to swell inside her.
Wait, the crack's here. I can feel Cereza from the other side.
What? The demon's eyes grew wide. What lay waiting on the other side? Had they finally found Cereza?
Cereza? It's faint, but I can sense her magic. And she's not alone.
Something put Jean's nerves on edge. This presence belonged to no fairy. Look! Over there! Charles had spotted something. Jean followed Charles' gaze. She could see a small figure floating in the distance. It was Cereza. She was unnaturally still, frozen by some unknown power. Jean looked at Cereza's face. It was as pale as ice.
Cereza!
So close. Whoever was behind this was determined to keep the girls apart. Charles bared his fangs and began to growl. The source of Jean's unease appeared before them now. He was suspended in the air, like a fell spectre. Fixed by his gaze, neither dared to so much as breathe.
Was this his name in the third one too? Or it? I guess, I don't know if it's a he or an it.
Who are you?
So we meet again, my brave friend. Or perhaps introductions are in order. Yes, you may call me he who affirms
Okay, he.
all phenomena.
My, that's quite a mouthful. You're worse than No Name over there. No matter. Anyone crossing the Umbra will pay!
Arch-Eve Origin. To think that her continued defiance would bring me to this place. A slight miscalculation, but she will be mine soon nonetheless. And then I will affirm my word.
As he spoke, the spectre's eyes grew crazed. They smoldered with a dark energy. But Jean and Charles did not back down.
What absolute poppycock! I won't let you lay a finger on my Umbran sister. Return, Cereza, or prepare to feel the wrath of the Umbra!
Now is the time for all.
Okay, I kind of have to be extra careful because I don't have any heat. I got lucky before, and I don't know what I did. If like,
Will be mine.
I don't know if he had like because you know how like there's like that skill where it's like when you're in stuffed animal form and you smack a guy, you get like items. Sometimes, like, somehow, I don't know who it was, but someone dropped a potion, like a health potion, so that's what saved me last time.
Incredible. You managed to grab a demon in there.
Whoop. Sometimes it's the slide, sometimes he doesn't want to slide.
Now I've got you. Very well. Have a taste of the fear that resides within
Shit.
Arch-Eve Origin.
Wait, how do you beat, oh, I guess it just went away.
The spectre opened a scroll and called forth a fairy from thin air. Using the magic of the fairy realm, this technique gave shape to the pain inside Cereza's heart.
Oh shit. Okay, I saw there was like the little hook. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter anymore.
What a cowardly trick!
What a pitiful attempt at a summon.
What's the matter? Don't tell me you're giving up already.
He probably tastes horrible. I better swallow him in one gulp. The demon was already licking his chops. But the spectre was unfazed. As he got to his feet, a faint smile crossed his lips.
You still
Like he can
don't
smile? Like is there like a ghost?
you oppose me.
How do you know my name?
I will show you, Jean. Give you a glimpse at what will happen if you continue along your current path.
Jean and Charles found they were unable to move. The spectre had them in his spell. A moment later, a torrent of horrible visions began to flood into Jean's mind. It was a vision of Jean as a grown woman, dealt a fatal blow by an unknown assailant. Stop these stupid tricks! I'll rip you apart! Charles tried with all his might, but he could not move.
Jean, I have shown you a vision of things to come. If you do not distance yourself from it, that future will certainly find you.
I mean, it doesn't happen for another couple hundred years, so I think she's okay for right now.
Be avoided.
The spectre rose once again. Suspended midair, he looked down on them with his piercing gaze. He slowly turned to face Cereza.
Ark Eve Origin. You cannot resist much longer. Soon you will give me that which I desire. Then, finally, phenomenal affirmation will be realized.
I still don't know his goal, even after the third game. I still don't understand, like, the goal. It's like to mess with some timelines. It was to something about fate,
Won't lay
maybe.
a finger on my unbred sister!
Jean stood tall in defiance.
Perhaps I was too soft. Witness your cruel fate once more. You too.
That pipsqueak made a promise to me she has yet to fulfill. You can't have her! The beast gave a fierce roar.
Jean, you have seen what awaits you. Yet still, you would face me.
I won't run away. I am going to be the strongest witch of all!
You know what awaits, yet still you struggle.
Someone drop a health potion.
Meaningless.
Wait, I forgot the buttons.
Do not get in my way.
Oh, I...
Is futile.
That's my bad.
Aren't you dying to see what comes next?
with her memories, you monster! Time to get punished!
Stay away from me. Shaw, leave now. It is not too late.
Like I took him out just for him to get hit by that. Okay, so that's what they called her, right? Or that's what he called her, Bayonetta, right? Archie, or the first one, I think. Because there's like Arc Atom. I know Luca was Arc Atom, but was there an Arc Atom origin? Oh shit! Oh.
Let's go! Your tricks won't work anymore. Come on! Finished!
Perhaps I was not clear. I will achieve phenomenal affirmation.
What does that mean? What is that?
Is a
What is
statistical
that?
impossibility.
The spectre's right hand began to glow with an icy glimmer.
Stop!
Yes, that is what you humans say in the face of defeat. And when those pleas go unanswered, that is when you witness true despair.
No! No! Let go of him!
Charles screamed out in agony. The spectral flames were slowly eating through his body, tearing him apart.
After I'm finished with him, you're next. I tried to warn you not to get involved. It's a pity you will not listen.
Cereza! Wake up! Cereza! Cereza! Open your eyes, you fool!
Impossible. Arch-Eve Origin is under my spell. She will not wake again. Ever.
Cereza! Did you forget our promise? We swore to become stronger, together! Keep your promise, if you've any pride as an Umbra Witch. Now's the time to prove it!
The room was flooded with a light as bright as the sun. For a moment, everything around them seemed to dissolve in the radiant glow.
What is happening? I can't imagine. Could she have awakened?
But like,
spectre's
is it like 3 where it's like when you get rid of him in one timeline, he just moves to another one? Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's why he's like world hopping. But then again, he comes back to that one and then like kills Bayonetta like the first one. Maybe. Oh, it's so confusing all of a sudden. And like, don't even try to understand it.
Whatever may come.
Like, I can understand like either half of it. I can understand like a quarter of it. You know, if that's how much I understand, that's how much I understand.
His power extinguished, the spectre's body flickered, then faded away. As if in response, cracks and fissures burst all around them, and the world began to crumble.
It's all falling apart. Was this all just his illusion? Cereza!
The color had begun to return to Cereza's cheeks. She was not yet awake, but from the faint smile on her face, she appeared to be having a pleasant dream.
I think she'll be all right. They will be able to return to the forest. And it looks like my time is almost up.
Jean's body had grown faint. Her technique had reached its limit. Her traveling soul yearned to return to her body.
Well, Charles, which will it be?
Which? What do you mean, which? Charles returned with a puzzled look.
I'm asking, will you go back to that tattered doll, or shall I send you home to Inferno?
Charles blinked incredulously. Home to Inferno? This was something unexpected. Did Jean have such a power? For a moment, Charles simply stared at Jean, saying nothing. Finally, he spoke. You think I'd trust you with that? Just keep it simple. Put me back where you found me.
I see. Have it your way. But come on, you must like that body. Better than the lump of scraps Cereza drags around.
I hate them both the same. Charles grumbled in his usual irritated manner. Besides, you're too rough for my taste. At least the pipsqueak gives me a break once in a while.
That's so.
Seeing through his act, Jean smiled at the flustered demon. She used her Umbran arts to grant his wish and returned him to his former body.
Cheshire, there you are. I'm gone for a minute, and you get yourself lost again.
With a peaceful expression on her face, she gave Cheshire a big squeeze. Cheshire sighed and furrowed his brow, but somewhere deep down, he was relieved.
Farewell, Charles! No, Cheshire! And don't you dare tell Cereza what happened here. I mean it!
Like maybe she thinks it was a dream or something.
Humans, but you saved me back there. I suppose.
Maybe that's why she doesn't like. I mean, obviously she doesn't remember this bit, but like.
Cheshire added softly.
Maybe from her
know
perspective, like from
better,
Cereza's
I
perspective,
swear
it was supposed to
talking
be a
to a human.
dream. I don't know.
Take care of my friend, Furball. Whatever lies ahead, I'll be ready. I'm going to be the strongest witch of all.
Thus concludes the adventure of Jean and Charles. We have seen how Cereza and Cheshire's journey went from here. But what of Jean? What happened to her after learning
I don't
of
even
her
know
fate?
when this is, so
It may not be possible to change one's destiny. However, Jean's indomitable spirit and steadfast resolve will surely guide her down a true path. Let us wish her success in her journey and put this chapter away in a safe place. Forevermore, this story will remain our little secret.
oh, that's cute. But you know, I can appreciate them actually giving her like a mini story, like a mini chapter to this story, instead of like, oh, you beat the game, well now you can play as her for like, even though she has like the exact same moveset, it's just like I can think the only one thing about her was that her witch time was like a little bit more, you had to be a little bit more precise than Bayonetta. But I can appreciate them giving her like a part in the story than just like a side character, or just like that one character you just unlock at the very end of the game after you beat it and don't do anything really with. But this was enjoyable. I liked it. It kind of like, not that it like, what do you call it? Not that it, I mean, it did connect a couple of things. It connected, like, you know, obviously it's the like the prequel to the first game, but then I guess it also connected the third game somehow. I mean, I can appreciate them trying, you know. They had to give her something to do. Might as well be this.